makers, it's time to make another St. Patrick's Day card in my St. Patrick's Day series. So today I'm really excited because I'm going to be using the toner card fronts from Whimsy Stamps. And I haven't used toner card fronts before. This is my first time, so I'm really excited about it. I have the St. Patrick's Day, of course, toner fronts, and I'm only going to be using this style and this style with all the clovers. I'm saving the horseshoes and the coins for some Disney projects for later on. When you purchase the toner card fronts, you get their A2 size already. You get 8 card fronts, so 2 of each design. And so for me today, I'm going to get 4 card fronts out of this pack since I'm saving the other 2 designs. And then once I run the toner through, most of you know that have done this before, know that if you keep the part that's left over, if you purchase, or you have toner cardstock, Whimsy Stamps sells it already in A2 size cut and ready for you. And so I purchased a pack of that to go with it. So I can use the part that doesn't adhere to the designs on here. I can put it on here, and then I get 8 card fronts for, the same amount of time or effort, basically. So I'm excited to give all of that a try and see how it works. This is going to be more of an experimentation type thing, and probably a lot of don't do what I just did. I'm imagining this, but that's okay. I'm here to make the mistakes so you don't have to. And if you haven't done toner card fronts, hopefully this will be helpful to you as we just give this a shot and experiment today. If you have done toner card fronts and you are well versed in it, I won't be offended if you turn it off at this point. That's okay. But you're welcome to stay around or just, let me know in the comments how I could do this better. That's fine too. So I have my foil here. So I ordered iCraft Deco Foil, and then I already had the Gold Heidi Swap foil. I've only used the Minc once, and I used it with the toner ink and a brayer on some stamps. So I asked around, and on the Whimsy, if you're not on the Whimsy Facebook page, you might want to give that a shot. They have a Facebook page where people post their cards and all of that. Very supportive, warm, very enjoyable. So if you're just getting into Whimsy Stamps, or you're interested or anything like that, look them up on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description to this video. And anyway, I went on and asked and said what setting, and I was told that 3 is the proper setting. So my Minc's all warmed up and ready to go, and I do have the little folder that I'm supposed to put everything in. I keep all my Minc stuff together. So let me get set up and ready to go. Let me cut some foil and we'll start minking, okay? Let's go. So I want to be brave, but I also don't want to ruin the 2 card fronts that I have that I'm absolutely using. So I decided I would practice on one of the coin ones because I can get away with just 1 coin thing for my Disney project. So here's my little pouch thing. Okay. All right. Here we go. Look at that, it worked. That is so cool. Oh, this could be addicting. All right, so I just think this is going to be super fun to color these, and for Scrooge McDuck. And I have a picture with him from Disneyland, so I'm going to definitely be using this at some point. That is super fun. Okay. All right, well, this is a lot of fun. Here is my extra little thing for backing any of my sentiments that I want. So really, these can just go straight on a card, or I think I want to use some blending on them. I think I want to blend on the back of these. Now they have some backgrounds blended with Distress Oxides. I was going to get ready to put these on cards, and then I decided I wanted to add something. So again, I may be going overboard on this and I may completely ruin it, but I just have to give it a try. So I grabbed my trusty tartan plaid background, and I'm going to pull it out. And this one I don't usually put on my stamp platform. I usually just lay it down like this, ink it up, and then I press my card fronts into it. So what I'm going to do for these is I'm going to take the darkest color of oxide that I used and use the same colors on these. So these will be fossilized amber, and this one it's going to be rustic wilderness, and this one it will be pine needles. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp onto these and just see what I think. I don't want the plaid to stand out in any way, but I do want it to just give some interest to the background, because to me it's just kind of flat. Even though its color is just flat, I tried to do an ombre, which you can kind of see, but I really want it to be more. So let's give it a shot. up with 4 cards from this session, and I'm happy with that number. I could have done more, but I just didn't feel like, kind of pushing it. And so I, of course, had the ones that I did the double foiling on. I had the extra frames. I could have come up with something, but I'm going to just save these and set them aside with my stack of stamped or foiled or whatever St. Patrick's things. And they may make themselves into a project later on. I don't know. So I really try to keep these as simple as I could and not add too much to them or make it too busy. So I kept this just the foiled front with that little bit of stamping in the background, all done in oxide inks. And then we've got that foil on the front, nice and shiny, that comes through. I did edge both the card and the foiled card front with my blending tool and my walnut stain distress ink. And then this is the gold one that I did in the yellows with the green foiling. And same thing, just went around it in walnut stain distress ink. Now for these that were the full clovers on the front, just complete clovers, I went ahead and cut those with that frame die, the mitered frame die. And then I put them on a card front that I had stamped and then attached that to the front of each card. So I stamped both of these with the Shamrock Swirl, which is difficult to say if you have to try and say it several times. The Shamrock Swirl stamp. And I used the Happy St. Patrick's Day, of course, above and below. And I got it all set up on my stamp pad or stamp tool so that I could, stamp it a couple of times. And this one, I used the darkest color that I blended on here, and that was Rustic Wilderness Oxide. And this one I stamped in Pine Needles Oxide, hoping that it would kind of match the green foil. And so again, I'm really happy with those. I didn't want to do anything around it because I felt like the swirled Shamrock needed to shine. And so I didn't want to add anything to the background. I just thought I'd keep it white. So all in all, I really like how you can still see just a bit of that plaid showing through there. I love that. And like I said, I'm pleased with today's results. And it was a lot of fun foiling. So, thank you, Whimsy Stamps, for having the toner cards to make it easy for people like me who really don't do this very often. That was a lot of fun. I hope to, do it again. Now, if you're not a St. Patrick's Day person, please know Whimsy Stamps has, they have everything from birthday to some beautiful florals, some really fun backgrounds for, especially, they even have Slimline toner cards with just patterns on them that you can use, and Halloween. I think they might have some Christmas ones. So all kinds of things in their toner card fronts, not just St. Patrick's, but, perfect for me this year, right? So thank you, Whimsy Stamps. And thank you for following along on this St. Patrick's Day series. If you have any questions, as always, go ahead and ask. And if you have any kind suggestions for foiling that will help me in my pursuit to become a better foiler, I welcome those as well in the comments. So thank you again for watching, and I want to wish you a very creative day.